Wizards of the Kirin Tor, I am Arthas, first of the Lich King's Death Knights. I demand that you open your gates and surrender to the might of the Scourge.
Greetings, Prince Arthas. How fares your noble father?
Lord Antonidas, there's no need to be snide.
We've prepared for your coming, Arthas. My brethren and I have erected auras that will destroy any undead that pass through them.
Your petty magics will not stop me, Antonidas.
Pull your troops back, or we will be forced to unleash our full powers against you. Make your choice, Death Knight.
I sense that 3 separate wizards are maintaining these auras. If you find and kill them, the auras will disperse.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the second last level of the Undead campaign in Warcraft 3 Reign of Chaos. Now this can be a relatively challenging level to go about, but not as challenging as you might think. There are a couple of shortcuts that I would like to put it in how to go about defeating the Archmages who hold the auras, but it is still nonetheless going to make time to progress. So one of the first things that we're going to go about is, instead of going for a creature attack, we are going for our unholy strength, as we have now we have been introduced to the Abomination, which is the tankiest melee unit that the undead possess and also deals a lot of damage. Also, we're going to move to the left side here. As you can see, I destroyed some buildings. There's like a couple of items that we can pick up, but more importantly, here is a hidden Archmage right here.
At last.
That we are quickly going to get rid of and get the item that he has dropped for us, which is not important, but nonetheless it's a little bit of extra experience, and also, which will be revealed, a little bit of extra gold as well, as we are now going to go about selling those items that we just picked up. Now we're going to start a Black Citadel upgrade. We could have started with it a little bit earlier, but honestly I forgot about it for a moment. And then we are going to get the production up and running with our slaughterhouses. For this level, we are not going to make any necromancers. We are instead going to make about 4 crypt fiends, and the rest of our army is primarily going to be abominations.
That sounds logical.
So we don't need any of these items. We instead are going to sell it to get a little bit of extra gold in order to get that spike. Researching web is a very good idea, as we will be facing off against Griffin Riders. And other than that, just keep those upgrades flowing. And we are going to wait for... In fact, no, we're not going to wait. We are going to go about killing the first wizard. So this is going to be a very easy encounter. We're just going to send in... Oh, okay, great. I was wondering if this was going to happen. Perfect timing, in fact. So let's quickly get rid of these mofos. Our main focus should be on the priests in order to keep their guys from healing too much. And voila. Okay, so now the next step is actually getting rid of the first Archmage, and I will show you how easy it is going to be. Instead of having to send in a whole army and suffering damage, we are going to do the following. Get Kel'thuzad into the line of fire and let fly with his death and decay. So all we really need to do from here on out is just make sure the Kel'thuzad does not die, and that's actually quite easy, because we're just going to be using the Death Coil ability to heal him from time to time, as that ability is going to keep on going until we manage to kill everything. Takes a little bit of time, but it works like a charm.
You call.
What is it?
Perfect.
Speak, fool. No one knows me around.
Problem solved.
What is it now?
The Archmage has been killed. The first aura is dispersing.
Okay, so we have cleared the path for the first area. We can now get our disease cloud up and running, followed by a couple of abominations. Once again, do not forget about your upgrades. And now slowly, actually we should wait a teeny tiny bit longer, just to have Arthas regenerate at a faster pace on the Blight, and then we're going to move out. Ghoul Frenzy is not going to be as important, but maybe later on if we have gold to spare, we can actually use that for implementing ghouls into our main army.
I wish only to speak, fool. No one
Alright, so we are about ready to move out. We can, in the meantime, go about making the 2 Crypt Fiends that's needed.
Research complete.
And let's move out.
Speak, fool.
In fact, this is a perfect opportunity to use these riflemen to go and see if we can deal some damage.
Time to go. I'll take care of
Ah, perfect actually. We should be able to take care of those dwarves.
Aye. Time to go. Aye.
We are not going to take care of the towers. We don't have that much time, so it's going to be a much better idea for us to just focus fire the units. Have a little bit less to deal with.
I've got the beast in my sights. Fire! I'll take care of
Take
it.
care of the priest rather.
You have a target? I'm Speak.
Perfect. Okay, so here to this side, there are 2 cages that we're going to be dealing with. Take care of those sorceresses.
The Kirin Tor keeps these creatures caged for study. If they were to be released, they would cause our enemies a great deal of pain.
So, very important, we just need to pay attention to when their army starts to move out, as we are going to get these rock golems. Now, for those of you who might not know, the rock golems are completely immune to magic, and for that reason, they are actually very good for moving. Oh man, goodness, forgot about this. Actually, no, in fact, no, this can wait, this can wait. I will explain why very shortly. I am just waiting for blue to make an attack, and once the attack has come, we are going to engage this over here. Perfect, this is what I was waiting for. We don't want to fight within the range of the towers. Once again, target those sorceresses. Even though abominations are incredibly powerful, one of their greatest weaknesses, I would say, is the fact that they are easily, they become incredibly weak as they get slowed. They are already such slow and sluggish units. You don't want to end up having them, you know, become relatively useless. Alright, so with that out of the way, we can go about sieging this base. Don't get too close as the guard towers do extra damage against your abominations. Just make sure that they don't kill any of your meat wagons, as the meat wagons for the time being is going to be very important. Also, we don't want to use our rock golems just yet. We want to keep as many units alive as we possibly can.
Frostborn hungers, I bid thee, tread lightly. Finally. Where shall my blood be still? No one is around. I bid thee, master. I will become. Tread lightly. No one is around.
Not a problem for us. Oh yeah, there's a guard tower over there as well. And once we have gotten rid of their peasants, we can get the next gold mine started with production. Like so. And now we just wait for that one to finish until we can get the blight. Our abominations are pretty much max upgraded. And once we start making the ziggurats around this area that will get turned into spirit towers, we will have a bigger army that we can start building. So why do I want to build the ziggurats here? First of all, it's going to serve as a point of defense, but second of all, they will be sending a force of Griffin Riders at some stage in order to attack our base, and we are playing a game more of patience now than a game of speed. We don't want to get caught off guard or caught between two armies, so we are basing our advances on timing attacks.
No one. Speak. This is more live.
Almost finished. In fact,
What do you need? Say the word.
perfect time.
On my way.
Perfect time to be using our magic again. This is the only time that these invulnerable units become not so invulnerable.
Of course.
Interestingly enough, these magical auras do harm them. So we are just going to use them to get rid of these units. And perfect. So all we need is maybe about 4 spirit towers, and once that has been dealt with, then yeah, then we should be ready. So we are hoping that we'll be able to finish up with these buildings before their army comes to attack. Now to keep in mind, there's going to be 2 armies moving out in our direction. The first one's going to be okay, well, I'm actually not sure which one's going to be first, but white and blue are going to be attacking us semi-simultaneously. So these spirit towers are going to be really, really handy, but it's also going to help out with our current food supply.
Tread lightly. Speak, fool. What is it now? Tread lightly. Summoning is what is it now? Summoning is
Okay, let's see if we can maybe snipe those towers. Well, their army hasn't arrived yet.
No one orders me around.
Do this, and we can actually take a shortcut into killing that Archmage. Perfect. Okay, so now to show you a little shortcut. There are 2 ways of going about this approach. The typical one is to go through here, walk straight up all the way around, and come behind the Archmage. Or you can take my favorite approach. Send in your 2 heroes once again, and just use your abilities. Give it some time for it to come back, let the ability recharge, and voila, it's done.
The second wizard has fallen. Only one cursed aura remains.
Okay, so that is 2 auras out of the way, and only 1 more Archmage to go for, and then we're done with on the side. Now we are literally just going to wait for the 2 attacks to come. It's going to give us some time to get some of our upgrades up and running. We can maybe get the Ghoul Frenzy going. And also, yeah, I completely forgot about the ghouls that we had for this level. We can keep about 2 mining, and the rest we can just send in that way, while still continuing to get upgrades and make more abominations. Our army is actually more than strong enough at this stage to get to and slay Antonidas, but in this case we might as well just keep on continuing to make what we've got. We can go, I believe, I've never actually looked at this. Yeah, we can go for Frostworms if we really wanted to, but it's such a expensive unit and it's so sluggish and everything as well. We might as well just stick with the abominations, because it is a whole lot cheaper to get to, especially since we did not have to spend gold on the slaughterhouse. So they should be attacking. There we go. That's what I was looking for.
At last.
And let's just quickly get rid of this Griffin army. Ah, perfect timing actually, because it is combined with... it is combined with their other army as well. And after this, we can move out again.
What is it? No one.
There we go, perfect.
I wish only to serve. Speak, fool. No one orders me around.
So over here is a little fountain of health that we can use as well. In fact, we can just go about making ghouls from here on up. No. Actually, I don't want to use ghouls because if we, in the last section, we have to spend a little bit of time fighting inside of the aura, and because ghouls have so little life, we kind of don't want to work with useless units. Before we do venture to the side, we are going to be going up this area in order to get a little bit more experience, but also to get another hidden guy. Oh yeah, and of course, one of the items.
There's something amiss.
What is it now? Frostmourne onwards.
A little bit of extra blood loss is going to come in very handy. And from here on out, it's really okay if we lose any of our units. Our rock golems are still useful, but we're not really using them, I would say, for the intent. It's just like a fun little thing to have. So, one more little item to go for on this side. Try not to engage too far though.
Items within that vault. Shatter it, and we can turn our enemy's own weapons against them.
No one at last. Tread lightly. Speak.
Careful of that blizzard.
At last. Tread lightly. Frostmourne hungers.
You call.
This is more like it. Under attack. What is it now?
You call.
And there we go, we have even better items that we're going to use. We have got Brilliance Aura, and I'm switching those two pendants because I want Arthas to have the most mana between the two, especially because this is going to be the last level that we get to use Kel'thuzad. So what is important about Khadgar's Pipe is the Brilliance Aura that it adds. So what that basically means is all of our magic or mana units have they regenerate mana even faster. So just look at the rate that Arthas' mana is regenerating, meaning we can use his abilities more frequent than usual as well.
No one.
Okay, so after blue's been taken care of, it only leaves gray, but we are not really going to go about wiping them out. We are just going to target Antonidas and get this level over and done with. So you actually come to the conclusion that yes, the level is, I would say it is challenging, but it is not as challenging. If you know about the shortcuts and if you realize that you don't have to take maximum damage for the majority of your units, it becomes relatively easy. So now we don't have to completely and utterly wipe out blue. We are just going to get rid of their main production buildings. Oh, can't believe she survived. Alright, and there's no point in claiming this gold mine. There's also no point in waiting too much. We are just going to send out Arthas and Kel'thuzad, get the attention of those knights quickly.
No one orders me around. Speak, fool.
And
Finally.
I've been thinking.
What is it?
immediately move out as well.
No one orders me. What is it?
So right before this ends, we actually have a couple of other units that we can get.
Tread lightly.
And then we are going to make our final assault.
What is it? Frostborn hungers.
A couple of dragons and a couple of spiders because they are not affected by the auras.
What is it now?
Use the meat wagons to quickly break through those barricades, and now they have officially served their purpose.
Finally.
We can, if we want to, quickly get rid of their guys in order to have as little resistance as possible. But after we have cleared this area, we need to go full steam towards Antonidas. He's luckily going to die relatively quickly, and we do have the animate dead ability if we really, really need it. And voila, mission accomplished.
It pains me to even look at you, Arthas.
I'll be happy to end your torment, old man. I told you that your magics could not stop me. The spellbook is all yours, Lich. Let's take it and leave before the wizards amass for their final attack.
Indeed. I will begin summoning Lord Archimonde at sunset.
Alright, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the second last level of the Undead campaign, with only one more remaining, and is also the most difficult level of the Undead campaign. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Refer to your friends that would like to learn some Warcraft and how to complete the game on hard difficulty. And I'll see you for the very last level of the Undead campaign, where we finally go over to Thrall's story of Warcraft. See you next time.